All right, everyone, how's it going? We got January 7th, and we're going to get into the S&P. We're going to take a look at some oil. We're going to take a look at probably some gold, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, the general market, if you will. So first off, I want to touch base on Mario's comment. He the other day had a question about the daily RSI on Apple, and it was so oversold, and then he was wondering about how come we got a bounce the other day after that huge bad news, and then another day on the 20th it was oversold, but we didn't get a bounce. So looks like Mario uses the daily and 30-minute RSI. That's good. So basically, Mario, I've seen stocks too where it doesn't make sense because it could be so oversold and it keeps on going lower. I think that's what you're talking about. You're like, I don't get why it doesn't start bouncing. And I mean, that is very daily oversold. 26 is a very oversold level. Hold on. We got to go to December 20th. December 20th. So I did talk about, this key level right here that was acting as support. And that's, that's like a double low or double bottom right there. So once that level breaks, we are going to see follow through. And so, yes, it is oversold on the daily. It did close at 30. But, by all means, we could keep on going lower on the daily time frame, which does kind of suck because it is a very conservative time frame. You're not in the 5-minute waiting for a 5-minute oversold bounce. But my advice in these situations where you're buying into oversold conditions, hoping for a bounce, would be to scale into those positions. So if you're trading with, say, $100,000, maybe $5,000 or $10,000 at a time, and scale in 3 or 4 times. That way, you're not using your whole account, and you're scaling into the security as it's getting extremely oversold. And then by the time it starts bouncing, you'll either break even or make some money off of it. That's actually what I did with the Canadian space in CGC when they would have hourly oversold bounces. I would be scaling into these positions. And, you were talking about the pre-market being over, or the bounce started pre-market, and that stuff can be tricky with the news. I actually don't have pre-market up on here, but it's, it's if it was easy, everyone would do it, and my general thing is to buy into oversold conditions by scaling in, and then have that tight stop level so you do protect yourself from more downside. But that's just me. Everyone's got their style. I'm sure there are people that are a lot better at playing those than me, but that's just what works for me. So the S&P, we did talk about the daily trend has changed. We are no longer in this just a god-awful dump. We have started the bounce, and all I'm looking for is a lower high, like I'm sure plenty of other people have said, and this bounce could have go pretty darn high, right? But really all I'm looking for is a lower high to form. Yes, we have bounced up from the low, formed a lower high technically, then we came down, formed a higher low, and then boom, confirmation up. We beat this previous high, we now have a higher high. So we'll see how high this bounce can go. We are going up, a little bit less green volume today, but closing above the middle Bollinger Band, that's good. If you guys watch my Canadian videos, I talk about CGC failing to close above the middle Bollinger Band, and the S&P has closed above it, which is good. Doesn't mean we're going to the all-time highs, but, it's a good thing to see. So let's look on the hourly time frame, and the hourly uptrend is intact. So we come up, form another lower high compared to these lower highs, right? So lower high, consolidate, form that higher low, then boom, confirmation. We push through, a lot of sideways action, formed a higher low, and then continuation to higher high. So once we lose this hourly uptrend, right, once we start forming lower highs and lower lows, that's when we know that the daily lower high will be set. It's as simple as that. It really is simple as that. The way I play these, I'm not going to be catching the bottom and I'm not going to be catching the top, but I'll catch the, a little bit in between, and that's all I need because my risk is significantly reduced. Now, that's the S&P. We'll take a look on the weekly just to see what's going on. So it looks like just a weekly bounce. Anything under 280.4 is just a lower high on the weekly time frame. So, we'll see how high this bounce goes. It's we are in a uptrend on hourly, daily time frame. So until we lose the hourly uptrend, then that's when I would probably look bearish. All right, AAPL. What's going on with Apple? Weekly time frame. We are oversold on the weekly time frame. I do like buying into weakness, especially when things are getting oversold, especially on the weekly time frame where it's a very conservative chart, right? This takes a long time to play out. So we could have a nice, several week bounce in the, high 170s to 180. I'm not sure. So I'm going to zoom into the daily. And in order for this bounce to get started, for that bottom to be established on the weekly time frame, we need to see the daily trend change. We need to see this chart stop forming these lower highs, right, and start forming higher highs and higher lows. So that's, Apple's a very long-term stock. A lot of people that own this own it long-term. So if you're just, scaling into positions, that's good. At least you're scaling in. But I would start scaling in as the trend officially changes, as we beat a key level of resistance and then start making higher highs and higher lows. I would start scaling in then. Oversold on the daily a couple times, right here and right here. So that's pretty much it with Apple, guys. I kind of look at these things from a step back and need to see the daily trend change. Hourly time frame. Here's when Tim Cook dropped that bad news, and then so we're kind of trading sideways. This, I don't get really too much information from the hourly time frame, other than we are probably seeing some hourly bullish divergence. And I've talked about that several times. I hope I'm not beating a dead horse with a stick, but price continues lower. If we could draw a line from here to here, it would be trending downwards. And the RSIs are getting higher. So this was like the all-time low from the hourly oversold period. Very low, about 13. And then as the price gets lower, the RSI got higher. So from bottom to bottom of the RSI, that's trending upward. That's bullish divergence. We could see a nice bounce soon. And if I was a long-term Apple bull, that would be good news for me. Amazon, just take a peek. Ooh. Nice hourly uptrend. That's a clear hourly uptrend. Higher highs and higher lows. That's a beautiful hourly uptrend. Wow. Congrats to anyone in Amazon. Nice bounce. Damn. Very nice bounce. Coming off from daily oversold levels. So that's, like I was pointing out with Apple, usually when things get daily oversold, there's a nice bounce. Clearly, Amazon bounces nicely when it gets daily oversold. Very nice bounces. Same thing, though. I'm just looking for a lower high to be established. I think the real key level here is 1770. 1780, around this level. There's like a double top right there. If we surpass that, that's good. We just broke a significant resistance level. We would need to see some consolidation and then another move up. All right, let's talk about oil. I played oil today and made a little bit of money, but so I played UWT, and it scares me playing UWT. And I know if I just shut up and put my money in and held it, I would probably make a lot of money because I think there's going to be a big bounce, but it's hard for me to do. This changes significantly throughout the day, and if you have a big position, you could be down 10% in 30 minutes. So it's pretty scary. I think I bought in near the top. It was around here. I sold it, and then just, downward action. But let's talk about USOIL. Go back to the daily. Okay, so I've pointed out this bullish divergence again. I see it here again in oil. Price is trending down, RSI is trending up, and I think we could see more upside, but we are pretty extended on the daily, right? We just came up pretty much straight up from the lows. Had a nice run. I would like it's tough. I mean, I would like to see it cool off a bit and then reestablish a longer term swing position, probably in USO, the ETF. But the key level, I mean, we need to break, looks like 52.93, right? Almost 53. If we break that level, ooh, this actually could be a nice head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. So yeah, we might come up a little bit more. I'm going to enter on consolidation. I'm not going to be entering as we've been running up this hard. And I may play UWT, but with a smaller position for sure. But I mean, we absolutely could see a nice bounce in oil, and I anticipate that we will. Yeah, I'll probably enter in on consolidation. I mean, I'm not really watching the hourly. Or I was watching the hourly. I was kind of chicken to buy in this morning because I thought, we already ran up a nice amount, and I did end up scalping a little bit, so that's good. But yeah, once this hourly, ooh, hold on, did we change? Okay, if looks like 48.41, if that level breaks, then the hourly trend might change, which is okay. We could be due for some hourly consolidation, which would be nice. And I would probably look to enter in on that consolidation. All right, let's talk about gold. Ooh, gold is in a nice hourly equilibrium. So from here to here, yep, there's that lower high, higher low. We're getting tight. Gold will break at some point, but man, what a heck of an hourly uptrend, huh? That is something. Did break the hourly uptrend. This could be a lower high, and we could absolutely just continue this downward trend. So I'm going to zoom in on the daily time frame. Ooh, nice run on the daily time frame. Yeah, I mean, higher highs, higher lows on the daily. We could be getting a bit extended. But yeah, we're actually daily overbought, so some daily consolidation might not be a bad thing. What else do I haven't talked about LABU in a while. Or actually go to XBI. Just curious what's going on with them. Ooh, damn, holy smokes, they had a nice bounce. Wow, up 5. Oh wow, LABU must have gone nuts today. 17%. Jesus. So if you caught the low from 24 to 43, jeez. Man, that's one heck of a bounce. Okay, so we're gonna look at XBI just to check it out. XBI, yeah. I mean, I would really want to see some daily consolidation. This has run pretty hard, up significantly the past couple weeks. And really, I'd be looking at this double top level. And if we could test it, but if we reject, that's normal. Daily consolidation is much needed. And then, I mean, really, that's the level to punch through. 85.33, we would need to punch through there to punch through key daily resistance. And then, form higher highs, higher lows, and then boom, your trend has changed. So that's really it, guys. I'm still playing it pretty conservative because I don't trust the S&P quite yet. Need to see higher highs and higher lows consistently. I mean, we had a huge downward move on the S&P. So I'm going to be playing it day by day, looking at the shorter term time frames, the 5-minute, the hourly. And again, once we lose this hourly uptrend in the S&P, that will likely be our daily lower high. So keep that in mind. And if you guys like my content, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any comments, please leave the comments. Alrighty. You guys have a good one.